Because your checks bounce.
Well, something bounces.
Yeah. In Delaware, it's illegal to get married on a dare. On a dare.
I bet you won't marry me.
Yeah.
I bet you won't.
Where did this come from? I mean, is that really that much of an issue that they had to make a law against that? Too many games that win. I guess was it Truth or Dare, and they wound up walking down the aisle.
I don't know what you just said. But it sounded lovely coming out of your mouth.
Check the pages next week, please. Okay.
I would like to let you guys know that most of the writing is done by Mike Wirtz. And he's a genius.
I'm a horrible writer, though. That's the problem. So.
No, he's a horrible speller. But his writing skills are fantastic.
That too.
Why are we still talking?
I don't know.
Okay. Washington, D.C. for Dark Country. It's against the law to post a public notice calling someone a coward for refusing to accept a challenge to a duel, which I refused to accept a challenge to a duel earlier this week.
So we can call you a coward. We just can't post it.
You can call me a coward. You just can't post
and we can't notice the public. I can't put it in the paper. You know, I can't say coward Danny Minch did this, and this. No, we can't do that.
No, don't do that.
You know, last week we talked about the elephants at the zoo going on a diet.
And getting a nose job.
Only in California can you put your elephants on a diet. But anyway. But if you were to take that elephant to Florida and tie it to a parking meter
and get it greased up in the ocean.
What are you doing? Why are you greasing up elephants?
Because of all the oil in Florida.
Okay.
I was trying to make reference to the broken pipeline in Florida to the elephants. But that's why we have you write the show. I'm sorry,
exactly.
Next week it's gonna be the early light show with Joe, Simon, and Mike.
This is Fresno. They're not very up on current events. As far as I know, there's probably just a ship floating out there.
I'm gonna keep getting things wrong so that you keep rubbing me lovingly.
Okay, then I'll stop. Yeah, but if you tie that elephant, as I was saying earlier, now I'm a little creeped out. Tie that elephant to a parking meter. You must pay the same amount as you would a car. Even the elephants that are on a diet.
This absolutely went nowhere.
Where do we get these? These are crazy. This is...
In Kentucky, every citizen is required to take a shower once a year, which would have been great for the last people we had in the studio audience, the Super Geek League.
What is that?
And they made it smell kind of funky in here after their little scrimmage. Scrum. Yeah. Never smelled so much funk in all my life coming off a bunch of
I'm going to have to call crap BS on this next one. In Indiana, apparently the value of pi is 4. I think there's a lawyer out there who's just trying to get back at a math teacher, I think is what's going on.
That's the only reason that
he made it to the Indiana Supreme Court, and he's like, all right, now, here's what it is. Pi value is 4 in the state of Indiana.
And the reason that is, I understand this reasoning because I'm a math genius, is he went to a diner and they gave him a really small piece of pie. And they're like, this is your piece of pie. And he was like, screw that. I want this big of a piece of pie. So the value is 4. And you cut that sucker in 4 pieces. And you give me a piece of pie. That's why in Indiana the value of pi is 4.
That also reminds me. That also reminds me, don't do drugs. All right. The only drug that should be done religiously is by the women, and that drug is the birth control pill.
Actually, I consider myself a drug, so if you're gonna do drugs, try a little Danny. Drop a little D. That's what I'm saying. And then when I say little D, drop a little D. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate how this is going absolutely nowhere. In Massachusetts, no gorilla is allowed in the backseat of your car.
That sounds a little racist to me.
I guess.
There are some gorilla hating groups. Gorilla hating groups out there that need to be taken down.
And Massachusetts is a pretty
I
democratic
believe
town,
gorillas should have all the rights as every other animal.
Gorilla.
Gorillas.
You really think that they're persecuted?
Well, I mean, just as long as it's misty out, they should be allowed to do what they want.
As long as the gorilla's in the mist.
Yes, there we go.
They'll do whatever they want.
Play Misty for me.
Oh, yes. Did you hurt yourself?
No, I'm
reaching
good.
for that joke? I mean, you really had to reach for that one.
At least I was reaching for something.
Yeah. Pull this out of my butt. All right, now.
No, look, a gorilla.
Yes.
Let's not persecute him.
Let's not talk about who he is. Again, we're going to go to your former dates, okay? Just, as I used to tell my exes all the time when she wouldn't shave, you are definitely the gorilla of my dreams. All right. Talk about another reach.
Minnesota, it is illegal to paint a sparrow in the intent of selling it as a parakeet. Now, I've had this happen to me, and I can understand where the law came from, but the guy gave me one, and I was like, okay, that's a keet. I ordered a parakeet. Still reaching for him. Still going for the... I don't want one keet. I want the 2 keets.
I apparently don't need to be here at all. All right.
Hey, who let the gorilla in?
All right. Here's my favorite. In Iowa, a one-armed piano player must perform for free because you're only getting half the music.
And I tell you, and if he's performing, oh, they mean the piano.
Yes.
Never mind. He never has to worry about his left hand. And if he...
All right.
Okay. I think is it time to go?
I think we're done with with these things here. Let's go to another commercial, and then when we come back, we're going to have our guest,
Kenny Thomas.
Here on the
Beautiful,
show.
beautiful man.
Hopefully, he can add something of value to this production, because right now it's not
We're
worth the
supposed
space
to
on my
have
hard drive.
value in
All
the
right.
show?
Yeah.
Well, we need to really work harder than that.
Yeah, definitely. We'll be right back.